Hello, I'm Becky Shaw, Chief Exec at East Sussex and West Sussex County Councils, and I have been reflecting on my leadership learnings so far during the last sort of 3 or 4 months, which of course has been dominated by COVID but has also had quite a lot of business as usual and other issues going on. Both county councils have been driven by the same things: a determination to save lives, to protect people, particularly vulnerable people, as well as keeping other services running. We've done an extraordinary job, I believe, in terms of setting up services, changing services fundamentally, and in some cases stopping doing some things that we've done for a long time and redeploying those staff into new activities. And I think there are sort of 3 things that I've really been struck by and learned. All the things actually that I knew before, so really interesting to have them reinforced in different ways. Firstly, that people are remarkable. The staff and the partners and the voluntary sector and all the people that we work with across both counties have really showed their true selves, their true grit, their determination, their imagination, and I have always believed that part of a leader's job is to have faith in people until they have that same faith in themselves, and I think that has been sort of writ large. So that was number 1. Number 2 is one of the things that I've always enjoyed about my job is the amazing variety. The organisations that I'm chief exec for do a vast range. It's about 350 different services each, ranging from potholes to child protection, if that's 2 ends of the spectrum, and lots of things kind of in between. And that variety I have really missed. So I think in terms of leading the work that we've done, it has been incredibly important to be explicit about, particularly for the first 6 weeks, being in real command and control mechanism. I'm a great collaborator. I believe in distributed leadership. So one of the things, particularly in West Sussex, which is a new organisation, I've only been chief exec there since the beginning of January, needed to recognise that we were doing a particular sort of management for a particular purpose in a particular time, and wanting to sort of be clear that we weren't going to do it forever. So I think in terms of that variety, though, that I will, recognising now that I really miss being out seeing people and visiting all the different things and understanding and learning and making kind of connection between things. I don't know how you're all finding it, but for me, I think this current experience of doing so much online, it's a bit like being on a long haul flight, and I can sort of feel that my brain works in a different way, so needing to try and add some of that variety back in order to maintain the resilience. I also think it's important to clock that, if it's true for you and for your organisations, in a leadership sense, because I think the gravitational pull back to the familiar, to the things that we enjoy doing, to that variety, I think may lead us back to places we don't necessarily need to go. And lastly, I would just say that I have been absolutely clear as a leader that my ability to work with people has always been my greatest asset. I'm a part of my strength is about getting people together to convene stuff, as well as to do the command and control that I can do if I need to. But I think that's been really challenged in the last 3 months particularly. I have got to learn a whole new skill set about how to project personality and confidence in people through the medium of this, down a screen. And I think understanding that all the little relationships that you have along the side, you can see people looking at each other, you can see people reacting. So I did a really big thing with 90 staff last week, and actually it's you just understanding that we need to find other ways to do that. So if you've cracked it, it would be really brilliant to know. But I do think it's particularly relevant at the minute because of that importance of making sure that we are getting diverse voices heard. And I think there is a risk that actually the people who are used to using the tech, the people who are used to being in these kind of environments, may get heard more. So I think it's really important to learn how to make sure that you're drawing everybody in without being. It can be quite exposing in a big meeting, suddenly saying, you haven't said anything, can you speak? So I think I have talked for longer than I was asked to, so I will draw to an end. But I think just the 2 other things to say. Firstly, as a leader, I have never felt more during this context the need to be calm and to be connecting with other people and connecting other people to each other. And secondly, I think I felt it was really important to be ambitious for the organisations, for what we could do as partners, but also being gentle and kind with myself and with other people. I hope that's helpful. I really look forward to hearing other people's experiences.